Too tall.
Hi, everyone, and welcome to Book Club with Bay. I am Bay, and this is Bay. Say hi, Bay.
Hi, Bay. I'm sick.
And this is other Bay. Say hi.
Hello.
And today we're talking about Sentinel, the
final.
the
final
one.
Yeah, the final book in the Covenant series by Jennifer L Armentrout, narrated by Justine Eyre.
So my notes, I did them differently this time because you guys probably know that I used to do like typed bullet points, but for this one, I'm gonna read on my iPad, and so I was like, but typing on your iPad's kind of hard when you're reading in iBooks, so I just was like, hello, I'm going to do an audio recording of my feelings about this book, and it was so cathartic. It was so good. So I'm gonna do that forever.
That's good though. Like, I wish I had the fucks to give to do notes.
I didn't
also
do
read
notes
this before, but you both have read this, and I haven't.
Yeah, that's true. So, again, I just want to revisit our journey here. By the way, I know it's been
we've been gone for a while.
Oh no,
we have been gone for a while. So, you and I did our
life updates.
We had theses this semester. You got your master's.
I did.
Dude, you act like you haven't had a bed before. Yes, sorry, my dog is having a stroke.
Yeah.
Sorry. Yes. So you got your master's. I did my capstone, and we both had strokes doing that. So,
yeah,
we both got very busy, especially towards the end of the semester. But it went well. We both
passed.
Finished strong, passed
with flying colors. Both of us passed with flying colors.
We both passed with. We didn't just barely pass. Like we passed with flying colors.
We killed it.
Yeah, we killed it.
I killed my thesis. She killed her capstone. It was great.
Yeah.
Dead 6 feet under in the ground.
Yeah, like I got 100 on my defense and a 98 on the paper, so I'm very happy with it.
I don't. They don't give you number grades. I know I got an A on.
Yeah, in undergrad you get some number grades.
You just get some. You get like 7 pieces of paper that your committee has to sign in grad school, and then they're like, bye.
Hey.
But yeah, so we both passed with flying colors, which is great. So we're both.
And now it's summer, so now we can do this.
Now we're both in like a really weird slump where we're like,
yeah.
But other update is we can now actually work on Blackwoods again,
which means that BTDR can come out.
Yeah, because if you've noticed, God, when the fuck?
It's been almost 2 years.
Has it been that long?
I think so.
Hold on.
Holy shit.
Woods.
Yeah. I mean, we've been working on BTDR for a long time.
Yeah, I'm trying to look as to when it came out.
Because we wrote it all, and then we got super busy.
It came out in November of 2020. Yeah.
Okay, so it's been
I'm also still a numpty, and I still haven't actually put up the paperback version because I've been busy. So yeah.
It's fine.
So just like, it's sort of like a behind the scenes. The Divine Ruin has been mostly done for almost a year, for over a year almost.
Almost a year. I think we did it. I think we finished it, finished the bones of it in July.
Yeah, that's fair. And then
it's gone through a lot since, but
we just got so busy and we wanted to.
I moved.
Yeah, you moved.
I moved. That's when we stopped because I had to suddenly move, or I didn't have to. I chose to suddenly move.
I moved, and yeah, like a lot happened. And
that's right. I moved, and then you moved. Yeah. And so then that's when we wrote that one thing that happens. Because that was the thing we were struggling with. That was the one unwritten thing.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Oh, because I think we did that.
We did that
right
at your
when
apartment.
I moved into my apartment. Yes. And so that would have been like December of last year. Yeah. So
2020. December 2020.
Yeah. So anyway, So yeah, it's been a
lot.
time. But we should get it published. I would say fall this year.
Yeah.
Probably November
Early
of this year, honestly. If we're accounting for all the things.
Yeah. And Mara has children, so she also is just busy at the wazoo because it's school time.
Yeah.
Busy and sick all the
sick.
time.
Yeah, you poor thing.
I know.
Apologize.
So yeah, back in April I got COVID.
Yeah.
And that wasn't too bad, but for like 2 weeks after I was just exhausted. I wasn't sick, I just had no energy. And then last week my son gave me that. And then last week my daughter gave me a stomach bug. And then this week my son's given me the flu.
Oh, you poor thing.
So that's one why I sound like a frog. And yesterday, I've been sick, I think, since Tuesday or something. But yesterday, I could barely even get out of bed. I got up to get my daughter dressed for school, and she had like a slight runny nose. And I was like, you know what? You're too sick to go to school. And she goes, I feel okay. I'm like, no, I can't drive you to school. You're too sick to go to school.
It's fine. I'm the parent. I'll call. It's fine.
She's very upset though. Like she's been coughing. She started coughing yesterday afternoon, so I think I made the right choice because I'm like, I'm glad I didn't send her because it looks like she's got it now. But she has a Pichu named Peek, and her and her friends, their stuffed toys, have sleepovers at each other's house, and Peek was supposed to have a sleepover with one of her friends over the weekend. And she was like, I'm like, maybe next weekend. And she was a bit upset about that. But I made the right call, though, because she started coughing. And I'm like, your entire grade does not need to be wiped out with the flu. Right?
Yeah.
It's not happening. Luckily, she's pretty self-sufficient. She just stayed in a room yesterday playing with her stuffed toys. And I let her have the iPad in there and stuff. So I didn't even see her yesterday. It was fine. But my son,
still young.
Mommy, and I'm like, I'm lying in bed and he just come. I'm like, what? He's like, I'm hungry. I'm like, go get some food, and if it needs opening, I'll open it. So he was just bringing food into me for me to open for him all day.
Like, I'm sick too.
He's finally getting better. He's pretty good today. Didn't take him to soccer today though, because I'm like, I don't think his lungs, like he's not.
Yeah.
He's still got that residual cough. I'm like, I don't think his lungs can handle it. I can't right now, buddy. Can I have a look in a bit? Okay, I love you. Mommy? Yes, bud. Sorry.
He's okay. It's very ironic that she was like, he walks in and goes, Mommy. And then, indeed, that happened.
Yeah, indeed. But yeah, so
I guess that's our life update. Yeah.
Yeah, like you said, obviously it's been a while since we published.
Since book club, it's been a couple months. But yeah, it's been a long time since we did Blackwood's BTO.
Since but not that we haven't been working on anything.
Oh no, like we're already working on the next book. Like
yeah, we're working on book
5.
Sorry, it's book 4 in our folders. So I always have to adjust in my head. So it would be book 5.
Yes.
We're working at, so book 4 will be out this year, and then book 5 we are already working on.
There's no way to project a release time.
No, because that one's gonna be, so if you have any physical copies or anything, that book 3 is quite a bit longer than the Blades of Red Water. And book 4 or book 5 will be probably
longer.
Longer?
It's gonna be longer.
Yeah. Just
the Divine Ruin is more on pace with word ties with.
Yeah, I had the word count doc open today. Yeah, it's about that long. It's a teensy bit longer, but not long enough.
Than Blades?
No, yeah.
Oh.
It's about 4,000 words longer.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So we are working, and we already have 40,000 words of the following one.
You know what? I'll just open the word count doc and
yeah,
because
because we did a huge chunk of it.
Also, another like little thing is that the folder for this one is called Book 4 Suck My Ass. I just throwing that out there.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have 45,000 words of this written already.
And it's going to be a lot longer than that.
Actually, yeah. So much of this isn't written yet. Oh my god. Okay. Sorry, I just looked at this and I just
two entire sections that have not been touched.
No, all the sections have been touched.
Yeah, but like
the one section has one chapter written. And the other section has 3. No, they've all been touched. They've been touched.
Did you try to keep
recap? With recap.
Not the point.
It's fine. The point is, we're working on it. We're doing the things.
It'll happen when it happens. Okay?
Yeah.
Is this? Hold on. I want to. You know what? I want to know. Is this halfway? Do we have the phones halfway done?
No.
21. Sorry.
No, we do not. There's no way we do.
I'm doing some math. Give me a hold on. I'm gonna do some math real quick, and then we will.
And then we'll get to ratings.
Yeah, I mean this is not accurate math because I'm going by chapters, not by word count. But that's not the point. So that's 67 chapters. Sorry. By the way, chapter counts will change. Don't worry about it. Mm-hmm. I love that I'm revealing way too much. It doesn't matter though.
You're not telling any story beats, so it's fine.
Oh yeah, no. Oh no.
Yeah, no. We're probably a quarter to a third.
We have 21 of 67. And they're all they're all red. Anyway.
Which means they're 1,000 words under our word count goal.
Probably because they all say stuff like Malik left his office and did shit,
I still cannot believe that made it into them. It's fine. It doesn't matter. It's funny.
We fixed it. It's fine.
So ratings, guys. How did we feel about Sentinel?
You know what? This makes me feel like? This makes me feel like okay, this is not a food rating, but I'm going with it.
Okay, go with it.
This makes me feel like, the false confidence that taking 2 semesters of Spanish gave me when I read Romanian titles and I went, scholarly articles that were written in Romanian. I read the titles and I went, I can kind of read that. I understand that. And then I would open the scholarly article that was written in Romanian and then I would try to read it and I just couldn't. And then my brain just melted. And then I realized that I was a fucking idiot for expecting anything less than brain melting. That's what reading this book is like.
That's this book.
For context, I did my capstone on Vlad the Impaler. Anyway.
Yes.
Can I just ditto? I can't, this book is just
stupid. I mean, for goodness sake, there was literally a story beat where it's like, could Alex be pregnant?
Oh my god. Okay, have we decided?
Even with this book, this book is so stupid.
Have we decided if we're doing Titan or not?
We haven't decided if we're doing it or not.
I think we have to. I think we have to. You know what? God. Titan would be pretty fresh for me because there's not a lot I remember about it.
I remember one thing though.
I remember a sake moon. I remember the accent of the audiobook. I remember. I don't want to spoil it, but that scene where it's like the day is saved scene. I'm not sure if you know what I'm referencing, Bay.
I think she's typing something.
I'm typing to her, not you.
Sorry. I don't remember that. I'm not gonna lie. I don't remember that at all. The day is saved scene. I'm gonna text you. Give me a second. No, I have no memory of this. I must have blocked it out.
I remember this because you were like, "That's not right. There would be weird fluids."
I don't remember that
sorry.
at all.
I'm sorry. That's what you said. You were like, there
have
would
to
be
read
gross
Titan.
fluid and it wouldn't taste correct. Or it would taste yucky. That's what you said.
Okay, just give me one.
Anyways, so we're gonna read Titan, but not next, because next we have Surprise Thruple.
Hey, can I leave you hanging for just 1 second? I do need to go and be a mom for just a second.
Okay, yeah.
No,
I can entertain. I can carry this whole stream. Let's go.
I apologize. So, just for context, I'm at my parents' house. I brought Carbon because I was like, that'll be a good idea. It will, he'll be tired when I get home, which is good, but he's a bit out of sorts and he can't decide if he wants in or out. So I'll be up and down, but the door is like right there. So if I get up, I am right here. It's just.
Yeah. And we know you can still hear us. So.
Yeah. So.
I guess my rating is. I think I'm gonna go also not with food. I'm gonna go with like a visual. This is a very obvious visual, but like, why not? What is it? The whatever drink they had at the end of the book to make them ambrosia.
Ambrosia.
Oh yeah.
It's an ambrosia drink imbued with all of my brain cells going into a toilet and being flushed into the sewer. That's it. That's my rating. I lost brain cells.
Can I just say fucking stupid?
Dude, I know. So
fair enough. That's fair enough. I'm here for that.
It was. Oh goodness.
This was
okay. I'm actually texting you what I remember now. There you go.
Yeah, no, I remember that too. I'm just saying. I remember
that's all I remember. Even with your reminder, I don't remember what you texted.
I remember because you made such a big deal out of it. Because you were like, "That's not." You were like, he couldn't do that without it being. Bleh. But is that true? Do you stand by that?
I don't know. I'd have to see the context. Possibly.
I know. I'm still not crap to laugh.
Okay, wait. Yeah, that does sound something. That does sound about right.
I think we're gonna have to take some sort of Jenny break, though, after you read.
Thruple.
PC and Kristen have a new book out.
Fuck.
Oh, that came out? Okay. I guess
with the new spells trouble thing.
Yeah.
Good.
Omens bite.
Fuck. Hold on.
Goodies.
Speaking of, okay. Omens bite. Good. Reads. I need to know. How we hanging? I don't care about spoilers.
I'm really disappointed that Dizesters got cancelled.
I know.
I am too.
I wanted was so good.
That was such a beautiful disaster.
It was. I wanted more.
But also the lack of closure. Like it doesn't matter how bad something is. Like it takes a lot for me to not need that closure, and I need to know how it ends. Like if I become a multi-millionaire, I'm just gonna pay. Like I will pay them to finish Dizesters. Just
to tell me, give me their outline.
Yeah, but then we won't be able to enjoy it in its full context, right? No, like I will pay them to finish it, get that same shitty artist.
Oh God, I forgot that one of the pictures. That one of the names of the twins is Mercy, which is really hard for me. When does the new Mercy book come out?
I think it might already be out.
Patricia, save me. Come on, Patty.
Is it Mercy or is it Alpha?
It's Mercy.
Okay.
August 23rd. What the? Patty.
Wait, what? Get your shit together, Patty. They're always released like May.
Patty, can I have an arc? Patty, I know that you're a big fan of me specifically. Patty is never part of me, but that's not the point. So
you have spoken to someone in her office though.
I have. And she was very nice. Her assistant who emailed me back. So I can quote some of the books. Can I have an arc? I'll still buy like the hardcover and shit. I just want an arc.
It's being pushed back multiple times as well. It was meant to I think its original release date was like May, and then it was pushed back to June, and now it's been pushed back to August. So I don't know what the fuck's going on with Patty, but it's rude.
Well, I hope everything's okay.
You sound so slighted.
But also give TJ an arc. Shall we jump in?
Yeah, I guess. I don't want to talk about it.
I have notes. It's okay. I can scroll through.
Just read your notes. It's fine.
All right. Chapter 1 is just, Alex, I love you. And Alex doesn't respond and was like, I need to bathe. Also, her face is fucked up. Because I guess we should also talk about where we left off.
Where last we finished.
And then she came back.
Instructor Rumby is Aries, and he beat the ever-loving shit out of her, and then she got
and because she can't die for some reason.
And then she got sent to Mount Olympus because she's the Apollyon.
No, who cares? There should be consequences.
God, of all the people who can't die.
I know, right?
Alex.
Yeah, actually, I was thinking about this, right? I'm guessing that means that like an Apollyon can only die of old age or whatever. So like, and there can only be one at any given point. So like, are they still good at it when they're like 90? Or do you just have a pointless Apollyon for like a few decades?
I don't know.
Like, is there just some like decrepit old man just hobbling around? And like, did they have a longer lifespan? Because like, the Oracle chick, I know that she wasn't an Apollyon; she was a full blood or whatever. Mm-hmm. But like, I'm pretty sure she was like 800 years old or however the fuck old she was. Like, she was pretty damn old. Like, she was over 100. So like, is an Apollyon still worth a damn? Or is it that, like, because only the god that, like, fathered the lineage of the Apollyon can kill the Apollyon, right?
Which is supposed to always be Apollo.
Yeah, so does, like, Apollo be like, okay, you're 40 now, you're pointless. God bolt.
Cool.
Does Apollo kill the Apollyons?
Yes.
To keep the cycle
moving?
This
is canon. Also, apparently, he fucked Deacon, so, you know...
I don't understand what is life.
Your sick voice makes us so much more better. You just sound so much more defeated, and it's
I feel it. Like this, I don't like this book. It's so stupid, and it's so long. So much happens, and not in a good way. It's so little.
Yeah.
Yes.
So next is Alex is like, I'm going to leave to protect all of you. And everyone's like, no. So she just doesn't leave. And Aries is like starting a war somewhere.
You know why this book is so long? Do you want to know why? Because do you know how many conversations there are like that where Alex just goes, because I'm a good person. And everybody goes, no. And she goes, but, and they go, no. And she goes, okay.
You're amazing and we need you.
Yeah.
There's like 40 of those conversations.
Yes. We now have the first drop of Army of Awesomeness, And I wrote down that Deacon is dead to me because Deacon came up with it.
Yeah,
he doesn't die.
I thought that, and they shortened it to like the AOA, and I thought that like the Army of Awesomeness. I cut off the ness in my head, I guess, because like
I did too. I thought it was Army of Awesome. And I also thought that
Awesomeness is much more cringe.
I thought it started in like book 4 as well. Like
that's what I thought, but that must be because of Titan, because they still refer to themselves as the Army of Awesomeness and Titan. Spoiler alert.
I hate this.
So I'm guessing that must be where it came from. That
is dead to me.
He started off like so good, and now
he was such a good character.
I loathe.
You know what happened? He was a good character.
He's less tearful Jack. That's what he is now.
Well, that's what happened. He was a good character, and then Jenny revealed that he likes dick, and then all of the good character traits, all the complexity just died because apparently you can't be a good character complex. And gay.
Yeah.
Carboniferous. Get it together.
So Alex is like, I can't feel anything. And so Aiden's like, okay, let's go to a closet and have sex. But oh no, they can't because the thing in whatever state they're in, Dakota South, I think, is under attack. Oh no.
For some reason, my brain like filled it in as North Dakota doesn't have closets.
South Dakota. Sorry, before I forget, I need to look this up. Okay. I will say, because we have mentioned, I think it might have been in the last book or the one before, I don't remember, that the driving time was off and the driving direction was off and it was all off.
Oh, yeah.
The driving from the university back to the Catskills, the time is, I think, accurate. I think they said about 23 hours, and I just looked it up in South Dakota. The Catskills is about 23 hours, so it's fine.
Well, thank goodness.
You learn how to Google Maps for this book.
Finally.
Oh, yeah, because
they went to fucking Charleston for no fucking reason.
It was like 2 hours south.
Yes, it was literally north. 2.5 hours out of the way.
Yeah, to recap, last time, they
that was book north. 1 or 2.
No, to recap, one time they're trying to go north. Okay. To Ohio, I believe.
Yeah.
And
they go south to Charleston.
Go this way. Whatever. They go south and then they go up. And it's like, I know
out of the way.
Weird. I'm sorry. So I don't know what I'm doing.
And the drive was like, she mentioned that the drive was like, I think 10 hours longer than it actually was or something as well.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember, but
it was just
like beyond the direction, the timing was way off as well.
And it wasn't, and she doesn't mention like, oh, we did it to like throw them off our trail or some shit. Like
no, but
she's not like we want to dump fuck
away. Name drop Charleston. That's it.
But like you started in North Carolina. Like, what are you doing?
Anyways, so
where's she from again?
West Virginia.
She should know. You're from Appalachia. You're from Appalachia, whatever.
It's Ares has sent a bunch of birds to attack the school. And then Artemis shows up.
Birds.
Yeah. Artemis is like, "Hi, your boy is gonna die." So Alex goes and kills some demons. And then Artemis is like, damn, Aiden, you're kind of hot. You want to fuck? And then leaves.
Oh, she also says there's something in you.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
which is what Apollo's son that healed her at the end of the last book
said.
Also told her.
Yeah, like there's something foreign in you or something. Like there's something, like it's not all you in there. Right?
So then
and
they're like, obviously I'm pregnant.
Yeah, so Aiden's like, oh, you're pregnant. Cool. Then there's a council meeting.
You know what they don't think to do, though? Just immediately have her pee on a fucking stick. This goes on. Okay.
This goes on for way too long.
It goes on way too long. Do you know what you do when you have a pregnancy?
You pee on a stick.
You go to CVS and you pee on a fucking stick.
Yeah. Not gonna lie, that's how I found out I was pregnant both times. I peed on a stick. I woke up at like Oh, it was usually like the night before. I'm like, might be. You do your pregnancy test in the morning though. Your first pee, because that's when it's the most concentrated.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, okay, when I wake up tomorrow, I guess I'll do a thing. And then I did, and then it came up positive. I was like, oh, okay, well, I guess this is happening. Done. Like, it ain't that deep, Alex.
Aiden, not only that, but I would have to imagine the stress of like being
all of this
all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I can forgive Alex for not like thinking whatever, because like she's been through a lot. She's been through a lot recently. We find out the actual reason why she's all like blah and shit.
Yeah.
So like, I guess I can forgive that, but like, Aiden, you're supposed to be like the logical one here.
Right, but he gets the pregnancy hormones that doesn't exist because she's, spoiler alert, not pregnant. Anyways, Seth comes.
I'm pretty sure if I went up to Stixie right now, I'm like, I think I might be pregnant. His first response would be, "Have you taken a test yet?"
Yeah. Oh my gosh, you're pregnant?
And then start feeling my belly.
Yeah, right?
Because I'm pretty sure Aiden like is resting his hand on the belly.
She like touches it and she's like, "Could I?" And then he puts it there and he's like,
"I know, right?" Freeze, right?
Eat a dick, Aiden. Jeez.
Like,
no, I'm
pretty
okay.
sure either of you went to your significant others and went, I think I'm pregnant. I'm pretty sure like
he would tell me to pee on his
stick. Test it out. See what he
says. No. Okay, no. But also, can we also address?
I'm kidding.
Okay, these two people do Fighty McFight fights for all the time. Can we just address the enthusiasm for McWitch, Aiden? How also
you're in
like
war.
Not that, but also Aiden is like 2 years old. Okay, like when I was a teenager, I would have thought him being like 21 is like so old. Oh my god, but he's like 21. He's like 21, and he's like, woohoo, a baby, and I'm like, no. You like just legally got to be able to do shots.
Graduated high school.
She hasn't, yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, which also
okay, she's supposed to be graduating while this is happening, sure. Like, but she hasn't.
Also,
she's barely 18.
Also, their age gap is weird, but anyway, especially once he's like actually putting babies in her, it's weird. Like anyway, but.
I can't be too critical of the age gap because like Rose and Dimitri, like Rose was 17 and Dimitri was 25.
Well, no, like that's also like problematic, but at least the book was good. Like if you're gonna have a problematic age gap, at least write a good book, whatever. Anyway, it's problematic age gap, but also shitty book. But he's like excited, and I'm like, I've never met a 21-year-old. Like maybe they want kids, but usually they're not like. Right meow.
Well, also, especially they are literally planning war with the god of war actively.
But you know what would be so helpful? A pregnant bitch,
right?
And not just a pregnant
Napoleon.
Bitch.
But okay, and you know what though?
Aiden is also a slave.
Aiden is also supposed to be like a smart person. Do you guys remember that?
I know.
Do you guys remember that Aiden's supposed to be a smart person?
Oh, Cassie.
And he's like, yay. When really what Aiden should be saying is like, you know what? That's awesome. But even if you are the first time that Apollo like kicks you in the stomach because you're not that actually good of a fighter, I didn't really train you that well. It'll get taken care of.
Yeah, well, like Aries also just
more stress would take care of it.
I mean, and to be fair as well, like she did have the thought of like, even if I was pregnant, I don't see how any baby could have survived literally what I just went through.
Yeah.
Well,
because like it wasn't like a little beating.
But she still is
like her entire body is like heavily scarred now.
Yeah.
Like with what happened.
But she's still pregnant.
And realistically. There's no fucking.
But with that protection, like, let's talk about this for a second. She's the Apollyon. Would that protection cover the baby whilst in a womb?
The baby's not the Apollyon.
Yeah.
I know, but would the baby get mummy's protection because it's in mummy's womb?
God, let's hope not. We don't need Alex offspring.
Well, I don't think that's possible now. Oh wait, maybe it is. Maybe it is. Are they able to breed?
I don't know. I hope not.
I hope not.
Give me a moment. My dog got out of his prison.
Oh no.
But maybe they can because, like, if they breed, what would their would their children also be?
Demigods?
I don't think so, because I'm pretty sure the Haematoi are the spawn of demigods.
So they would.
So would they, if they had babies, would they just have Haematoi babies?
But they're dead. But they're not dead. I don't know. What? I'm tired. I don't know.
There are so many unanswered questions. If I could trust us to not, for her to never see any of our previous streams, about her books, and also, us to not accidentally mock her entire life's work. I would love to like interview Jenny and ask her all these questions.
I know.
But I don't think I could.
I
wouldn't be able to not insult Alex, for example.
Right? For being an idiot? Yeah.
Yeah, and what she did to Deacon and Apollo, like when he was
Question number 1. Did you mean to make Alex a piece of shit, hateful whore? Question number 2. Are you aware that the second that Deacon was outed as a gay, that he lost all likability as a character? Yeah, I couldn't do it.
And same with Apollo. As soon as he was outed as Apollo, he just sucked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Leon was great.
Yeah, Leon was fine. Although, also, did you have any say in the horrific accent?
Yeah, she wrote that he had a southern accent.
Did you have any say in the horrific... You know what? I feel bad because I'm sure that voice acting is difficult, but like,
yeah.
But I know you know difficult. What though? You know what though? If it's that difficult for you, maybe don't do it. Call me crazy.
It's a hard job, but like,
call me crazy. But if you're not skilled at voice acting, don't be a voice actor. I'm not skilled at carpentry.
But that southern accent is unlike anything I've ever heard in my entire life. And I live in Georgia. Like, I live here. I've heard some accents. I went to school with some. So did you. We went to the same school.
Mm-hmm.
I've heard some accents. I've heard some improbable accents. And these southern accents I hear in audiobooks, you know what? Don't do them, okay? Here, PSA to authors, stop writing in southern accents. Your audiobook narrators can't do them.
Unless you get someone who's like native to the South.
Yeah, like so for Let's Cry, I screened a bunch of people and I had a million people do southern accents. And I didn't hire a bunch of people on that basis alone. I was like, absolutely not. No.
Yeah.
But next thing is Seth is here, and I'm still in love with Seth. I cannot help it.
Oh, sorry. One more note. By the way, if you're not from the South, but you have somebody with a southern accent and you want to do an audiobook, just, I don't know, ask somebody who's from the South to listen to a narrator do a southern accent.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Like, if you're not sure if it sounds plausible,
okay,
in the least.
Like, we're not asking for perfection. We're just asking for not utterly ridiculous.
Yeah.
Just get them to check.
But I'm in love with Seth. He's tolerable. I'm sure that's going to go away once we read Titan, but...
You know, I think it's because Seth is turning into Titan Seth, and I just see all of the things, and I don't know. I can't handle any of these.
I'm still good. I'm still good with Seth. Seth is just a sarcastic.
Yeah, well,
boy.
you haven't heard him say Isakimu yet, so like.
Well, I'm never gonna hear him say Isakimu, so.
No, you will.
Oh, you will. Fuck you.
I will get a timestamp. I will get a timestamp for you.
Yeah.
Okay.
No.
And I will play it.
I'm not gonna hear him say it.
But Seth is like,
you're gonna hear him go to Las Vegas and like moan a Sakimu. Screw you. I'm not gonna make you suffer.
Fucking. Oh,
what do you think the point of book club is? Fun with friends? No,
to make your friends suffer. But he was like, I didn't know Ares was gonna come kill you, and I'm not down with that. He said he wasn't gonna hurt you, so instead I brought Lucian so you could kill him.
Yeah, I asked Lucian, and he laughed. He thought it was funny. So here we go. Have a Lucian, and she's like, I bang, and she just like
she shoots him in the back of the head. Yep. Alex is about to have sex with Aiden, and then she saw Ares, so she pulled a gun on Aiden. And then she's like, all right, I'm going to go talk to Seth. But she doesn't tell him she's going to go talk to Seth. She just kind of like yeets in the middle of the night to go talk to Seth, who's in a dungeon. Yeah. And Seth's just like, so I saw your daddy. Which also, can we just for a moment, how the dad plotline is so pointless. It is so pointless.
I have a question. Because I don't know if it ever actually ends up getting said, but it's at least heavily implied that Dad and Laden.
Yes.
Right. But when you die, right, and you afterlife, what happens? Like if you're a widow and you move on, and you both, so you're in the afterlife with your ex-wife and your dead wife and your new wife. Who are you with?
I don't know. I'll ask my boyfriend. He's a Christian. I'll text him right now.
Okay.
I don't know. I'm not entirely sure. That's kind of awkward. Because then it really comes down to which one did you love more? And that's awkward for everyone.
Usually number one. It's usually first one.
Yeah.
Because you just didn't break up. They died.
Yeah. But
or in this case,
so I said
away and his tongue cut out.
I said, hey babe, you believe in heaven, so if I die first and you move on, but now all three of us are dead, who do you fuck in the kingdom of heaven? We'll see what he says.
He's probably going to say, why not both?
Probably.
If
you respond something like that, just like ask him like for a legit answer, because like he's gonna be facetious most likely.
He knows I mean it. This is a serious theological question.
Nothing comes out of the dad conversation, but in that conversation, she does tell Seth that she loved him or loves him, in a way, and that she's like, I might be pregnant. And then come to find out, Aiden listened to the entire conversation, and he is fucking angry. We also find out that Apollo and Deacon had sex. Continue.
Yeah. Also in that conversation, part of the reason why Aiden's so angry as well is because like she won't talk to Aiden or anyone else about how she was feeling about like being brutally like murdered, killed. Yeah. Whereas she opens up to Seth about it. Mm-hmm. And it makes sense why she did open up to Seth about it, because he felt everything that happened to her.
Yeah.
And felt everything she was thinking.
And also, like, Aiden, I get why Aiden's mad too, though. Because she did just sneak off in the middle of the night to go talk to a guy that she used to sleep in a bed with every single night for months.
Yeah. Like, I will say, like, I can't fault. I don't know how I responded to this last time. I don't know, but I will say, at least at this point, her going and talking to Seth about what happened with Ares, I can't really fault her for that, because I feel like if I had been through something like that, I probably wouldn't be able to talk about it with anyone who didn't actually understand.
Firsthand. Yeah, because he felt every single emotion.
Yeah, like if I went through that, I don't think I'd be able to talk to Stixie about that.
Yeah.
He'd be trying, but it would take me a long long ass fucking time.
Mm-hmm.
I got an answer.
Yeah, what did Noah say?
Okay, so you know what? You guys are right. So what he said initially was Abraham had 2 wives, and he was one of the only 2 men to ascend directly to heaven when he died and didn't have to wait for the rapture. So por qué no los dos? And I said, no, seriously. And he said, that's genuinely a good question. I'm not sure. And I said, rude. And he said, no, like, I'm not sure who God would put me near in this situation. Do me and this other woman get married? Yes, I suppose. Yeah, yes, you do. He's thinking about this.
Yeah, that is interesting. You know what? I'll ask Christian when he gets back in the room too.
There's no point me asking Stixie because, like, he's not. I don't think he would even really be.
I did tell him before we get married, I am going. We're going to a lawyer because there are several papers I want to get signed. I don't like not prenup stuff, but other stuff like, you know, if you marry another bitch, you are being buried next to me because fuck her. She's second fiddle. You married me first, you dumb whore.
I gave you. Hey, you.
Yeah, the other.
You. I have a question for you.
Another important thing to keep in mind as well for that kind of thing, this is something that we've discussed, is if I were to be rooted from living, because I'm going to get a much bigger inheritance than what he will be getting, is anything that we jointly own when I get yeeted from living. And if he remarries, he has to have, like, the house, for example, in a linear trust that only goes to our kids.
Yeah, I want to do that too, where, like, if I were to get yeeted or whatever, my inheritance goes into account for the kids. Like, my specific inheritance, it doesn't go to the wife. The new wife, she doesn't get it. She can get fucked.
Yeah, I think because whenever my mum passes or whatever, we'll have enough money to buy a house. So if he were to pass before me and I were to get remarried, it wouldn't be the same thing because the house, like, if I had more children, the house would, you know, get split between all the kids, for example.
Mm-hmm.
But that's because it would be coming from my inheritance. But yeah, and he was like, like, he's like, I can't let, you know, he's like, it would be unethical to not do that. So so if anything like that were to happen, it would go into a linear trust that would go down to my direct spawn.
Yeah.
It's honestly, it's kind of a morbid conversation, but these are good conversations to have because
by the way, sorry, no, you're right. Like, by the way, if you're talking about getting married, the prenup conversation is not the only conversation you should be having.
Oh, definitely not.
There's lots of other like legal documents you should be getting to protect, like, your future kids, even if you don't want kids. Lots of things that you can do to protect yourself in the event of untimely something or the other. And, you know, you should ask a lawyer what all those things are and all that stuff. We're having a serious conversation she's over there freaking the fuck out.
I have an answer.
Okay.
He said there's a hierarchy. So, like, first wife comes first, but both.
Okay.
And I said, no. I said, no. Me.
I also said no. Noah ended it with, it's hard to think I'd love someone as much as you. And I was like, we're ending it. I was like, we're ending it there. I was like, we're ending the conversation there.
He was like, I was like, someone's second to you. Like they wouldn't be you, but like it'd be a second choice.
Yeah, I was like, you know what? We're ending the conversation there because I don't want you to elaborate and ruin it.
that's what he did. So yeah, good.
What a
good. I'm gonna stop it there.
No,
but back to what we were talking about, there are more conversations to have than just the prenup conversation, because there are lots of ways to protect your assets, lots of ways to protect yourself. If in the event that like something tragic happens to you, but you're not dead, so you should know what you want to happen to you in the event that you're dead, in the event that you're unable to. In the event that you're unable to advocate for yourself actively, and you want to do that while you're young and while you can think clearly, before anybody's questioning your soundness of mind. And it's hard to think about. Nobody wants to think about it, but that's when you need to be thinking about it.
Yeah,
because so many people make that mistake, and then they wind up with relatives that don't give a fuck about them, just like from 5 states away, making weird decisions.
The other thing as well that you really need to have hammered out is make sure because a lot of people think, oh, well, I could get them to change their mind, or I can, like on the kids question, like, are we going to have kids? And some people are like, I can live without kids, or maybe I'll convince them to have kids. No. If one of you want kids and the other one doesn't, you're not compatible. Doesn't matter how much you love each other, you're not compatible. And one of you will resent the other one until your dying day.
Also, my opinion
especially
is
if you're the female, especially if you're the woman who wants to have kids but your husband doesn't, so you don't. As soon as you hit 40 or whatever, you're gonna hate your husband for the rest of your life. And if he doesn't want kids, even if he ends up loving his kids, but you convince him to have them, even if he ends up loving them, part of him will resent you.
Mm-hmm. Also, my opinion is, do you want to, especially if you're an adult, maybe if you're like 17,
that should
whatever.
be a first date conversation once you're an adult.
Do you want to have kids is a first date conversation.
Yeah.
It's a Tinderbox conversation. Do you want to have kids? Because if not, great. End it, because now you're not attached. It's amazing. Yep. And also be honest if somebody's asking you. Just up front, do you want to have kids? Great, because goodbye.
Yeah, like we had that conversation, I think, within a week and a half of knowing each other. We weren't exclusive yet. Our big difference was he wanted to wait until he was about 30. He's 6 months older than me. I wanted them ASAP, and I was 22. He was 23 when we met, and we had kids when we were 26. So, she was a whoopsie, but it happened. We were both fine. But
yeah, we had that conversation on our first date.
We had that conversation before we started dating.
Yeah, ages of
not in the same context because we were friends for a long time, but
Yeah, if you each have an ideal age or whatever, that's something that you can work around. But the core tenet of wanting kids is something that you both need to be in agreement on. Yeah. And also amounts. Like if one of you only wants one kid and the other one wants 10.
That ain't gonna work either.
No, we ideally wanted 4, and then we had 2, and and we're both just like, I don't think we can handle more. So it worked out. I mean, if we end up having another one, great, but if not, also fine.
I mean, number difference can be a big deal, but it can also not be. I mean, it depends on how big of a difference your numbers are.
Like again, if one wants 1,
and the other one's like 2. 1 and 2 is not. That's not a huge bridge to gap.
I want 3. He wants 4. We can take that.
I want 2.
That'll be something as well. I reckon
we'll probably adjust.
3 versus 4. You'll work out as you go. You'll have 1 and be like, okay, yep. Have 2, and you'll work out where you're at with that. And then if you have a 3rd, you'll work out can we? Can't we?
And 3 versus 4 is a lot of times right now is less of a want thing and more of a can thing.
Yeah, because also 3 versus 4. If you have 4, you have to get a bigger car. You can fit 3 kids in a 5-seater car. It's going to be a bit squishy if they're close in age with car seats and stuff.
Yo, but I've been looking at minivans.
I so want a minivan.
Kia has one that does not look like a minivan. Like it straight up doesn't look like one.
I'm going to show you exactly what I want because my whole life I've wanted a combi van, right? Well, Volkswagen have done a thing.
I just don't know that I could do 4 because I've tried to take care of 4 kids in the Sims and it doesn't work out. It never works out well.
Oh my goodness!
So overwhelmed.
I want it so bad.
I always neglect my toddlers. Oh my god, yes.
Because let's be honest, the combi van is shit because it doesn't have air conditioning.
Are these available in the US? This is something with actual character.
Yet.
You know what my problem is with cars?
They don't have new Kia Sedona.
You know what my issue is with cars in general? They're so boring. Like cars have no character. They're boring as sin. Everybody has a silver car. Exactly. Do you remember when cars used to be colors? Do you remember when things used to be colors? But now everything's a white modern farmhouse. They're just sucking the colors out of stuff.
See, I like the white modern farmhouses, and I like my white car.
It's the color sucking thing. It's like just a color sucking demon is sucking the life out. They've made video games about this. Like Epic Mickey 2 is about like repainting the world because a color sucking monster deleted color.
Oh wait, no, it worked. Sorry.
Okay.
I had to copy and paste because the last 2 digits of it didn't do a thing.
Oh, weird.
Also, by the way, if you get a brightly colored car, you're much less likely to get into a car wreck. ET dubs.
Yes, but your car insurance is typically higher.
I will say,
not necessarily. Depends on the color.
If it is overcast and it has been raining, turn
your lights on. Yeah, well, you can't see it. Turn your lights on.
Because the road, the reflection of the road and the sky, you are the same color as the freaking car.
Gray cars have higher insurance rates because they're in crashes so much because nobody can see you.
Yeah, blue and red have high insurance. I think red is the highest insurance rate.
Well, because usually dickheads drive red cars.
Well, they're the most visible.
No, yellow is.
Yeah, but red is the highest car insurance color.
Yeah, because dickheads drive red cars, but yellow is the most visible color against like green and stuff like that.
I want an orange VW ID Buzz because that just looks amazing. I want an electric car so bad because like
I would drive this.
In summer, like when
they're ridiculous right now.
Yeah, well,
Tesla's so bad right now.
When I have to pick daughter up from school, because you park and you get out and you wait at the pickup spot and then you walk back to the car, and even just that 10 minutes, the car being turned off, it is a sweat box again, and it would be delightful to be able to just have the air conditioner running while I'm waiting, because it would just be delightful. Because where I live, it gets in winter it gets below freezing at night, and in summer it gets up to 47 degrees Celsius, I think is the highest we've had, which
I know that's very hot.
47 Celsius to Fahrenheit is 116.
I die.
Oh, it doesn't often get up into like quite that high, and this summer it didn't because we had a very wet summer.
That's good.
But in the typical summer, it's not weird for it to get above 40, 45, and then occasionally 47. And it sucks. It sucks.
We were
like you open the car door and you walk out and you hit a wall of just heat.
How did we?
I don't know. Back to the book. So
we were talking about who gets to be spouses in heaven.
Yeah. Apollo and Deacon had sex. I feel like I need to say that again because it bothers me to no end.
Yeah.
So we find out that Alex is not pregnant because obviously
instead
she had a mark from Ares that put anxiety demons inside of her, the twins.
Yeah, Phobos and Deimos.
Yeah, now they're gone.
And can I just say something as well, like just on a quick side tangent, because I know that the Roman gods are just renamed Greek gods.
Yeah.
Effectively.
Mm-hmm.
And our planets are named after the Roman gods.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And Mars is Aries.
Yep.
So Mars's 2 moons are named after Phobos and Deimos. And I'm just like, why are they named after the Greek versions?
I don't know. I don't.
Like, we've got the Roman name for the planet, but the Greek names for the moons, and I don't get it. And it's bugged me for years.
Yeah.
This doesn't make sense, but that's all.
I don't know. So she runs out because she feels a lot of things at once now that her anxiety demons are gone. And Seth finds her and just like hugs her for like 2 hours. And that's it. And then Alex and Aiden make up. And then there's a meeting, and Athena shows up and tells us about Ares' army, which is just huge. And she's like, you know what? We should get Perseus. You know, the Titan of War. We should get him out of
Stasis.
What's it called? Yeah, but
he's in stasis effectively. In
Tartarus.
Tartarus.
Yeah, he's in Tartarus. So they're like, yeah, let's let him out. So
they make a deal with Hades. Does anything happen between that and the deal with Hades?
Hades is here and he's like, listen, releasing a Titan is a bad idea, but I'm chaotic neutral. So yeah, but you have to give me Aiden's soul when he dies. And Aiden's like, yeah, of course. And Alex is like, no, Aiden. And he's like, I don't give a fuck. This is bigger than me and you. Like, it's too bad we won't be able to spend eternal life in the afterlife together. I don't care. This is to save the world.
But then Alex has all this power to like negotiate. She's like, okay, but I want the halves free and this and that. Yes. Just like, bitch.
And Elixir banned. And Hades gives that to her.
But the thing is, right, that means that Hades didn't have the bargaining chip. Alex did, so she could have been like, fuck no.
Yeah.
And this and that, or it's not happening.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And Hades would have been like, okay, well, I guess we need a god killer. So, like, that whole thing is just flawed because he can't hold the cards to add stipulations, but then allow her to add demands. It doesn't. That is not how bargaining works in this context. The gods need Alex more than Hades needs Perseus locked up.
Yeah. And more than he needs stupid Aiden's soul. Like, what's the point? Yeah. Whatever. Seth, Alex, Aiden, and Hades are in Tartarus now, and Seth is just being an absolute wild man. He's like flirting with Alex to make Aiden angry.
At this point as well, at this point as well, Seth has agreed to let Alex become the god killer to kill Ares.
Yes, yeah. They awake Perseus, and he's like, I want to fuck bitches and get money, so they go to Vegas. What the fuck is this?
Also, Perseus, who has been locked up in Tartarus for millennia, knows how to speak perfect English, and he knows what Apollonians are.
And he knows what Vegas is. He also knows that Ares beat the living shit out of Alex. So apparently they still see everything that's going on.
But except gods don't see everything that's going on because otherwise they would know. They're not omniscient. And I will say that's one of the things I like about like Greek gods in general or whatever. They're not omniscient. They're not holier than thou or anything. They're just literally like giant man babies that have powers.
They're just dudes being bros trying to fuck the world. Like actually like have sex with it, not. Yeah.
But yeah, no, he knows everything though, and I don't know how he knows everything. Like, does he have a live feed?
In his little like coffin box, there's an iPad. Yeah. And the iPad just is like has a bunch of tiny little cameras from the entire world. Yeah.
Yeah. Makes sense.
But Seth and Perseus go party in Vegas and, you know, fuck strippers and get drunk as hell and start fights. Yeah, they came back very bloody. And Alex and Aiden just have a fuck fest, and that's an entire chapter of this book.
Yeah, but they use condoms this time.
Oh, thank God.
Because Aiden has remembered that.
I thought she was on a shot. What?
Yeah, but that was months ago. Those shots only.
That's right. She hasn't gotten it.
No. But don't
those
they
are
last
once a month.
She was
They're
locked
the
in the
month shots.
basement and on the
Or
elixir for like
They
2
can
months.
be 3 months. I think there are some that are 3-month shots, but still, she would be expired from that. Yeah.
I'm not on that kind of bird control, so I don't know.
Yeah, same. They're training with Percy's
Also,
and getting
not
their
a good
asses
birth
kicked.
control to be on. You have to get bone scans.
Huh?
If you're on the shot, for a longer period, it can cause your bone integrity to.
Interesting.
So you have to get regular bone scans.
Oh, my bone integrity is already shit, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, don't ever. Then don't ever.
Do the shot. Just stay.
I don't let them check my iron either. I'm just like, look, bitch, I know it's low. I don't give a fuck. Leave me alone.
Yeah. I'll use steak. It's fine.
I don't take my iron pills. I'm too lazy. I know it's low. Don't prick my finger. It freaks me out. Thank you. Goodbye.
This entire book.
You get all the shots.
I know. I don't care about shots. I don't want my finger pricked.
See, that's so weird. I'm the exact.
That's the only thing I'm afraid of. I would rather them take a vial of my blood to check my iron. I've asked them to do that instead, and they said no. They were like, "That's overkill," and I was like, "Well, no. I'm terrified of having my finger pricked."
I think we probably had this discussion before. Quick side tangent. What are your blood types? Are they negative or positive?
I don't know.
We have talked about this.
Yeah, do you know how expensive it is to get your blood type? Like, it's expensive as fuck.
Really? I have an
probably
approximation of what
my
mine
parents
is.
Don't know. I've asked.
Yeah, you just need to know if you're positive or negative. If you're positive, you're good. If you're negative, you need to find out what.
Typically, if both your parents are negative, though, then you're negative.
Yeah. Not typically.
So if both of your parents are negative,
then you'll be negative.
I think one of mine's positive.
Yeah, mine were O positive and O negative. I think. I don't know what my mum is. But my dad was O negative and I've got his blood type. And then Six is O positive. So I had to get freaking shots throughout both pregnancies and then because both of my kids are O positive. And then I had to get another shot post-birth. So my body doesn't reject future babies.
What's your blood type?
O positive.
Oh no, he's O positive.
So you need to find out if you're positive.
I gotta find out if I'm positive or negative. Yeah.
I don't know what my blood type is.
I mean,
I have no
if
idea.
Noah's negative, then it doesn't matter what you are.
Yeah.
If he's a negative, then
it doesn't matter if I'm. It doesn't matter if I'm positive.
It just matters if he's positive.
Yeah, if you're negative and he's positive, there's an issue. If he's negative, then it doesn't matter. And if you're positive, it doesn't matter.
Hopefully, I'm O positive.
Because it's just that portion of blood that makes the positive or negative.
If I'm negative, it doesn't matter?
No, if you're positive, it doesn't matter. If you're positive, it doesn't matter. And if he's negative, it doesn't matter. Like, you're good. It's only if you are negative carrying a positive baby that can.
Can you write that down?
Your doctor will also tell you.
Yeah. Wait. Positive baby inside.
Negative mama makes for bad times.
Negative mama kills babies.
Yes.
He said, why? I said, so I can find out if your sperm will kill me. Are you positive or negative? Just fuck. I know you know.
Yeah, so.
He's negative.
Oh, then you're fine.
Then you're fine. It doesn't matter what you
So stop giving a shit. Got it. Okay.
Yeah, I need to confirm with his parents and make sure that he's actually positive or negative.
Did he actually know shit about himself?
He says he's pretty sure he's positive.
Yeah, and he doesn't know. Ask his parents.
I know. I will.
Or ask your parents what you are.
I don't think that my bio dad knows his blood type. My bio mom definitely does, but I don't think my bio dad does. Because I've asked.
But she might know what you are.
It's true.
Because they type babies at birth.
Would it? No, it's not on my birth certificate.
They typed. At least they might
just be Australia.
No, it's not on the birth certificate. They just type them. It's part of the medical records.
And then they tell you.
They didn't do that.
The main reason I remember that they're positive though is because I had to have the additional shot after they were born.
Something fun. You know how my mom and I came by your place recently?
Yes.
Mom, I was born in that hospital.
Oh, really?
I was born there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cute.
Where I was born. She was like, I remember that place. And I was like, it's me.
Yeah.
So that's fun. Fun fact.
That's
Anyways.
adorable. All right, yeah. Back to this.
We're almost done. Like we are. Most of my notes at this point are one line.
Yeah. Yay.
Yeah, because it takes a lot to get to. Like, there's a lot.
But
of
then
most
of the rest is just fighting. Like, so we're almost done.
So they train a bit. They train with.
They train a bit. I have a side rant about the side characters. Why are they here? Why are Luke, Deacon, and Olivia here? They serve no purpose. Deacon kind of makes sense because he's the brother, but why are Olivia and Luke here?
Because you know what?
Purpose?
Because Olivia has to be there so she can die, okay? So her and Caleb can be reunited.
Because you know what? If we just admitted that it was a book comprising of only Alex and Aiden as people, that would seem silly. But God forbid we were just honest with each other and ourselves. That's why.
The only characters, like if you ask me the characters in this book, where I'd say Alex, Aiden, Seth, probably Lucian, Apollo. And Ares. I would say those are like main players in the game.
That's it. Maybe Marcus? I don't know.
Oh, yeah, I would call him a side player.
And Marcus is right? Because
I like Marcus.
Because they leave for the Catskills, right? Because they're like, we're ready for war now. And Marcus is like, I'm ready to go. And they're like, no, Marcus, we need you to be big boss man.
Yeah.
And he's like, but I don't want to be a big boss man. And they're like, but we need you to. And he's like, okay, well, please don't die. And she's like, okay, I won't die.
But yeah, there's a full-on just chatting chapter. Seth is acting sketchy. He doesn't want to do the transfer of power yet. And he's like, everyone thinks that's weird, but eventually he's like, it's because I don't think I can do it. Like, I've tasted the power. It's going to be hard to give it to you. Turns out it's not a fucking issue, so who cares?
Well, and that's also why he wanted to wait, because he was like, look, when it's crunch time,
I'm going to do it. But now I don't think I could. So
yeah, I'll stop you.
They get there. Olivia dies. Who gives a fuck? She doesn't matter.
I will say they finally did a smart thing, right? And like actually like started carrying coins in their pockets. So then that way they're not like all gross and waiting for coins to be given to them.
Yeah.
And I feel like if you live in a Greek society, like an ancient Greek society, why is it not standard practice to just like chill out with coins all the time?
Yeah, keep it in your wallet or something.
It's like it feels like they should be like just wearing a necklace with a coin or something.
That's even better. Yeah.
You know what? And maybe
but Aiden's wearing one with a guitar pick on it, so that's occupied. So we also see Alex's dad, but it literally doesn't matter because he can't speak, but they talk. He meets Aiden.
Write stuff down.
Fight happens. Perseus disappears. He went to fight Ares. Power transfer works. God kills Ares because she's the god killer now. All the other gods show up and they're like, all right, Alex, it's time to die because you're the god killer now. And Seth is like, no, take me. And Alex is like, no, I knew this was going to happen. Yep. So Alex dies.
And also, like, there's no point because no one can kill you, Seth.
Yeah.
No one can kill you.
She hangs out with her dead friends and she's like, wow, Apollo hasn't visited me. That's pretty shitty. And then he does.
But so she's been there for like a week, right? And Caleb's like trying to be like, look, it's been like literally a minute because time moves differently. But then Apollo rocks up and she's like, it took you long enough. And he's like, it's been 2 hours since you died. Calm your tits.
Fuckhead. Yeah. And then he's like, yeah, so you know that thing my son gave you? Yeah, it makes you a demigod. You actually get to spend half of your time in the underworld and half of it in the overworld. But what about Aiden? Well, I'm giving it to him too.
And Aiden appears. And they're like, yay, we're demigods now. And she's like, and again, this bothered me. The first time I read it, it bothered me every time because I've read this series about 4 or 5 times now.
No, stay inside.
She even says, it'll be even longer for Deacon with the time moving differently thing. It's like, no, it'll be 2 weeks for Deacon. Because time moves faster in the underworld.
And she's like, well, don't you want to see your parents? And he's like, no, it's fine. Who cares?
Oh, so I asked Noah about this.
Yes, I would like
We
to
would
hear
ask the
y'all's
boys.
responses.
Yeah, so he was like, well, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, because the context of this is, she's like, I know your parents are here. I haven't seen them yet. And he's like, I just need to be with you, baby. And so they bang forever.
Agape now.
And I'm just like, okay, so again, like, just to reiterate, his parents were brutally murdered in front of him when he was, what, like 10?
Yeah.
And so he hasn't seen them in over a decade since they were brutally murdered in front of him. For them, it's been literally thousands upon thousands upon thousands of years since they've seen him. And he's like, but Alex, I found your dead body 2 hours ago. I just need to be with you. So we each posed the question. Did you pose the question?
I did not.
Maddie? Oh, okay. Well,
I
posed the question, and Bay posed the question. So what was his answer?
I know what his answer would be, though.
He said it doesn't matter. Because he was like, I have forever, and I can see them whenever I want now. And I was like, yeah. And he said, who cares?
Stixie said, well, look, it sounds like it's been a long day. I'd probably wait till tomorrow.
It's probably what he would say, too.
Yeah.
And I was just like, okay,
I
guess that's why I had to ask, because I'm a girl. And
oh, yeah, I'd be like, Mom.
Yeah, whereas he's
like, same.
It's been a long day.
Yeah, it's like they'll wait till tomorrow.
Yeah, that's what he was like, well, he was like, because Noah was like, well, they've been dead for a while. I guess I've had time to get used to that. But like, you were just dead.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah.
And now we're demigods.
Like, well, and I was like, but now we're demigods. He was like, yeah, but if you're the more recent
I'm less critical of it now.
He was like, but if you were like recently dead, then I think I'd care more about that. Because like they've been dead. And I said, okay. Yeah. But also, you have to remember, we hate Alex and want her dead. Noah likes me. So
that's also true.
He would actually care. Because we're operating under the assumption that everybody wants Alex dead, which is not supposed to be true.
No.
Again, I was far more critical until he was like, look, it's been a long day. Oh, like, the parents can wait.
Yeah, like, let's do it tomorrow. Like,
Kirby.
But that's the book. That's literally how it ends, is they become demigods and they're going to live happily ever after.
Yeah. So, again, I hate the time fuck up thing, because they were literally, like, in the same scene, they were talking about Apollo telling Alex to calm down because it's been a week for her, but it's been like 2 hours topside because time moves differently. And because they have to spend 6 months in the underworld time, and then 6 months topside time.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then she says, it will be even longer for Deacon than 6 months that we're gone.
No,
because time moves differently. And it's like, no, it will be like a fortnight max.
Mm-hmm.
It will be 2 weeks. And then you're there. Just every 6 months for Deacon, you'll go on a 2-week vacation. That's it. Okay? Like Deacon, if Deacon was like straight, he could knock someone up.
He's bisexual.
He is.
Okay.
But him and Luke are in love and probably going to end up together, so it's fine.
Yeah. But, like, you would be there for the majority of the pregnancy.
Honestly, though,
and likely the birth.
Jenny's understanding of bisexual people, he will probably end up in a throuple.
I don't think he does, though.
Yeah, but I feel like that's how Jenny understands the gays.
Speaking of thruples.
No.
Next book.
You've been waiting for this for so long.
I don't want to read about
I discovered it. And I was like, this is going to be a dumpster fire.
I have but one request.
No.
I can't do that book until I am healthy.
That's fair.
Like, I was fine when I read or listened to Sentinel. I wasn't sick yet. But I could still do this stream being sick because I know this book already.
Yeah.
It's fine. I don't think I can process. I imagine I'll be fine. Like,
isn't that the
beauty
weekend of book club though?
But I don't think I can process this book while sick. I can barely process talking about this freaking book. I can't have surprise thruple in a new book.
Is it a surprise anymore?
Yeah, I was gonna say it's not a surprise.
I know, but I know
it is.
But
it's kind of like fair warning thruple at this point.
Yeah, we have a warning because we look at the internet.
And Carmine,
but I haven't read.
Is Grandma terrible at picking out dog beds? All right. Well, I don't feel like we spent most of this talking about.
Nope.
Has it only been an hour?
I know, right?
Oh, you know what? To be fair, though, we spent an hour before the stream talking about weddings. So anyway.
That's true. We did. But.
Yeah, I guess next week, thruple. Next week is the Jenny thruple book. I don't even know what it's called because in my head it's
War
just the
of Two
Jenny
Queens.
thruple book. Well, the War of Two Queens. Okay, the cover looks like all the other covers in that series.
It looks the exact
and I can't tell them apart. Okay, if you had a gun to my head and you didn't have the titles on them, I would not know which book it was. Okay,
I'm also not going to reread any of the books, and I am not going to watch our stream, so I'm going to go in blind.
So yeah, I can't reread those books.
I can't. I can't have that happiness of that first book, and then just have my dreams destroyed.
Also, the books are pretty long, and I'm lazy. And here's the other thing. By the way, the covers are pretty, but making it so they can't tell the books apart is just bad cover design. Just from a they're pretty. It's not bad cover design because they're not pretty. They're pretty. It's just
change it up a bit. Change the theme of each cover.
Change the colors or something.
You could have just kept them the same, but changed the colors or something.
Like in Covenant, all the covers have a very clear theme. Like they all match.
They're all different colors too.
But there's there's differences. And then Twilight, for example, all the covers are black with white and red, but it's a different picture on each one. You can have the covers match thematically without them being the same cover. That's how series work. You have the same thematic cover.
Yeah, that's how Blackwood's is.
Not just similar.
Blackwood's it has a very similar vibe to each.
Have we shown you the Divine Ruin cover?
I don't think so. But the covers, they all have the same
similar
feel.
Elements. Yeah.
Yeah, but they're distinctly different.
Let me send it to you.
And that's what you're supposed to have in a series. You're supposed to be able to look at the covers and tell that they're related, but not the same. I'm not gonna lie. My brain is dying even more. This is the most I've spoken in days. Oh yeah, I think you might have shown me that or earlier designs of it. Yeah, that's pretty.
I mean, this is the book.
I'm not gonna lie. I love the Blackwoods covers. They're so pretty.
They are.
I can't take credit for the whole thing, but the first two are not me,
but the rest are. Did you send my favorite one?
Help.
I don't know if I have that one. Yeah, we haven't thought of a tagline. I don't know if I have that one on this computer. Do you have it?
I'm not on my computer and I don't have it in my phone.
I'm going to see if I have it in our messages.
Oh, I'll take a while.
I don't know if we've been sending that many photos back and forth recently, though.
Yeah, I think you could just search by media now. Can't remember where that is though, but I know that you can find just photos or whatever from messages. I just can't remember how to do it. Okay, so if you go into messages and at the very top of it and you click the search button and don't type anything and then scroll down, photos will be a thing. And it'll bring up photos that are in messages.
I don't have it on here.
Yeah, there's Divine Ruin and the next one multiple times in here.
Let me see.
Nope, I've reached the end of the synced photos. I don't know why, but I have a screenshot of how long it would take me to drive to Montana from my old place. That's like at the bottom of our messages. If not, I know it's on my computer and I can send it after.
Yeah, just do that because I don't have it on this computer. I really should just put it on my phone and save it.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Anyway, so
that's Covenant.
Yes.
Aren't you so glad that aren't you so glad, Addie, that we got to do Covenant with you?
Yeah. A classic. I mean, at least now I'll get all the references.
Yeah.
Well, we haven't done Lux yet.
I know, so I'm like a third of the way there because also now we have to read Titan. So Lux and Titan. And I think that's the
Lux is way more important than Titan though, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I don't think we have any references from Titan, just
we don't.
We occasionally will bring out the Asaki mood just as the stupid ridiculousness. But it's
sorry. Carbine's trying to fit on this tiny fucking dog bed my mom bought for Jinx, who is bigger than Carbine. And he doesn't fit and he looks very silly. And he's just looking at me. He's so unhappy. I'm sorry. It was funny. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So we're gonna do the other thing, the throuple thing next week, I guess.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, probably.
Okay.
I can do next week.
I can too. All right, so we will do that.
I'm just dying at this point.
Okay, we'll do that. All right.
Okay.
Bye.